Welcome back to Medically Speaking. I'm here with Peggy Baddour, and she is the owner of a company called LifeSource. Peggy, I'm excited to learn more about this company. Tell us about it.
Thank you so much, Christine, for having us. So LifeSource, I started it about 16 years ago, and I did it because I love the population we serve. You know, someone's got to take care of our elderly patients, and we're all going to get there one day, hopefully. And so someone's got to do that. But also, I love mental health. It's my favorite specialty. I love the people who choose mental health as their profession, and I've, seen it in my life, and I've been close to it, and I understand what it does to folks. And so, I just feel like it was a good calling for me. We are now in 500 facilities. We serve 8 states. We provide not just mental health services, but also primary care services for over 15,000 patients. These angels who take care of patients in these facilities, they are wonderful, and they do so many things, but they do not understand how to take care of the mental health patient. They just haven't been trained. And so we decided as a company that, we're the experts. We should go on site and we should train these people, these wonderful, wonderful folks. And so we do. We go on site. We have a whole curriculum of courses that we can teach. We do it for free. We even offer free CEUs to these folks. The problem has been that not all of them have taken us up on it. They get busy and they just don't have time to do it. So we have written a book. It's called LifeSource, and what we did is we gathered the cream of the crop of clinicians, and we said, okay, you're gonna write a chapter on this diagnosis because you specialize in that. You're gonna write a chapter on this diagnosis because that's your specialty area. And so we have a whole book of people who have done that. And I said, listen, it has to be informational, it has to be educational, it has to be for the lay person, not the clinician, and it has to be entertaining. We also have put together a training course, an online training course that's based on the book. So the management in these facilities can know who's taken the training, who hasn't taken the training. But then in the middle of all of that, we realized, oh my gosh, this isn't just for long-term care or senior living. This can be for any caregiver around the world. There are millions of them, and people who are taking care of patients with dementia, Alzheimer's, anxiety, depression, all kinds of things. And imagine how difficult it is to be a caregiver and for a patient like that and not really understand the disease and not understand what is causing them to react the way they are. And so our hope for the book is that it will just become a guide for caregivers to allow them to be the best caregiver that they can possibly be, but also relieve their stress. I just can't imagine how difficult it is to take care of someone and not know how. So that's the LifeSource book.
Well, Peggy, thank you so much. Let's hear from your co-author, Chuck Whitlock. Chuck, what do you want the audience to know about your book, LifeSource?
I wish I had 10 hours to tell you, Christina. This is the most significant book I've ever worked on in my life, and let me tell you why. Let's assume that your husband is diagnosed with a mental disorder, Alzheimer's. You might go to a psychiatrist, might go to a psychologist, you might go to a mental health practitioner. You don't have to. All you have to do is go to the LifeSource book. And in that book, leading psychiatrists and psychologists and practitioners in the mental health field all tell their stories with real life stories about what works and what doesn't work. You could go to our index, which doesn't exist in a lot of books, and you can look up Alzheimer's, and it will tell you, go to page 62. That's what the psychiatrist says about it. Go to page 127. That's what the psychologist says you should do if given some kind of an emergency situation. Real life stories are in this book, real resources. It's all in the book. Even robotics and AI information about long-term care is in the LifeSource book.
Well, I can't let you leave here without telling us how we get a copy of this book.
Well, there's several ways that you can do it. In Wilmington, you go to Barnes & Noble. If you're anywhere outside of Wilmington, I want you to go to lifesourceshop.com. lifesourceshop.com. And get a book and get it now. I'm telling you, it will change your life if you're a caregiver.
All right, run, don't walk, get your copy of LifeSource today. Thanks for joining us.